Welcome back to the Travsessed podcast. It is Tuesday. You know what that means. It is another Traveler Quick Tip. We are your hosts, Kim and Aaron. We are healthcare travelers and the creators of Travsessed. Travsessed provides on-the-clock, off-the-clock resources for healthcare travelers, on the clock being this podcast that you are listening to, and our amazing course, Traveler School. Off-the-clock resources being Travsessed Adventures, which we are currently in Bali, about to start or have started, and are doing two groups here for our Travsessed Bali 2023 adventure. And we have a great Traveler Quick Tip topic. That's a hard thing to say. And we're going to jump right into it right now. Let's go.
Flight crew, please prepare for departure.
Okay, so this week's Traveler Quick Tip is one that Kim and I find ourselves talking about a lot, especially in our Travsessed Healthcare Traveler group on Facebook. It's more of it's kind of an ad lib on the fact of like roundabout questions, right? Like we hear a bunch of questions, this kind of sums it up, and it's not really a question, it's just a statement to learn. Hopefully with your questions you can hear this and understand like what it is, but it's basically there's no such thing as free money within healthcare traveling.
Yeah, it all comes from the same pot, right? So the bill rate is the hourly amount that the hospital is willing to pay for a traveler to come in based off the amount of hours that are scheduled inside of this contract. And whatever number that is multiplied by the number of hours is this big pot of money. And that money is the full amount that the hospital is willing to pay for a traveler to come in and help them. And within that pot of money, everything like pools from that, right? So your recruiters get paid, the company gets their cut, taxes, insurance, your pay package as a traveler, every single dollar comes from that big pot of money. So there is no outside money, right? So when companies are like, oh, we'll like pay for your scrubs, we'll send you a free pizza, oh, we offer housing, we offer PTO, we offer, all these like different parking. We offer all these different incentives that make it look like, ooh, come work with me. We offer like these free things to travelers to like support them and to add value to their experience and all that. While that is all like cute and dandy, the fact of the matter is that all of that is coming from that pot of cash. So the way that they distribute that or the way that they market that or share about that, it depends on the direction that the company is going in or wants to like attract the traveler. But it's all coming from that pot of cash. Well,
and for instance, this goes to show you, right? I don't know how often this is going on, but it has happened and it might still be happening. But even down to the point that if your friend refers you to their recruiter and you go with that recruiter and you get a contract and you finish your 13 weeks, your friend's referral bonus comes out of your pay package.
Well, I think it comes out of their pay package, right?
No, the referral bonus comes out if I referred you to Cheyenne, Kim, if Aaron referred Kim to Cheyenne, Kim takes a contract, my referral bonus came out of Kim's contract.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, there's really no such thing as free money. They're not like, oh, thanks, here's... Like, that came out of Kim's contract.
Right. And not all companies do that. So, again,
I'm just saying, it's an example.
Different companies do, like, different things, but some might just have, like, a marketing budget. And, but, yeah, that, like, it's all coming from somewhere. That marketing budget is taken from, pots of cash that they need to put away to go towards marketing or to go towards a rainy day. Like, it's all coming from there. So I think that's just really important to note that, you'll see, oh, my company, they rented a car for me for free, or my company did this. And again, great. That looks really cool, but that's just not the case. That all of that money was your money to begin with, which is why we always say, and we're really like big proponents of doing everything on your own. So taking all the money you can and you're inside of your own pay package and then renting your own car, getting your own flight, buying your own scrubs, finding your own housing, all of those things, do it on your own because you're going to save so much money than the company doing it for you because they're just taking it out of that money that's already yours and it's always going to cost you more for them to do that. So a great example of this is when we were living in San Diego and I had to rent a car. And again, I see this all the time. People, oh, like my company, they rent the car for me. Like, what company are you working with?
You work with a shit company.
And you're like, oh my gosh. Like, no, they just
cute.
completely charge you for that. And they charge you way more than if you would have just done it on your own. Like, hello. But a lot of people don't understand how that works. But the company was going to, so I always like to play with what my options are, right? So I'm like, okay, if the company gets me a car, and it's kind of easier to go that route than me trying to figure it all out on my own. What are they going to charge me and how much is that going to be? And it was like, I don't remember. This was a long time ago, but I think it was like $800 a week or like $600 a week. Like it was a lot. Like it was going to cost me a couple $1,000.
$600 a week.
Okay. Yeah. And I was like, damn, like that's insane, right? Like that's a lot of money. And so I did my own research and I ended up finding this like used like rental car company. So they were used cars, but I didn't care. And I got my car for like less than $400 a month.
$395 a month.
Yeah. And so by me, again, I could have been like, well, my company rented me a car and gotten, you know, $1,200 or whatever, however much, $2,400 taken out of my pay package every single month versus me saying, no, don't worry about it. I'll handle this myself. I'll get my own car. Just give me as much money as you can. And I got that car for $400 a month. So I ended up saving $2,000 just by doing it by myself. So I think that's really important to know is just really doing everything on your own and just getting as much money as possible because you're always going to save the most and your company is not just like this knight in shining armor that's like, let me do this for you, let me get this for you, I'll pay for this, I'll pay for that. Even, you know, parking, like it's coming out of your pay package.
Right.
So just do it on your own.
Just because you're the one that didn't pay for it, like doesn't mean that it didn't come out of your pay.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think there was another one was in Pacifica. Kim and I realized that if we would have got our own housing at the same location, we'd have been paying $1,800 a month, but they were pulling $2,200 a month out of my pay package for housing. So that could have saved us $400 extra a month if we'd have done it ourselves.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's kind of the big takeaway here is understanding it all comes out of a bill rate. It all comes out of a big pot of cash. Every dollar is coming out of that between you, your recruiter, your company. Everybody's getting paid. Everything's coming from that. And so when you know that, you can really look at it objectively and kind of say no to that kind of stuff and figure things out on your own.
Totally. That's it. Well said.
That's it, folks.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, man.
See ya.
And please rate and review this podcast and share it with your travel friends if you're getting any value from this. And give us feedback. Let us know what you want to hear more of. Do you have specific questions? We like to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
It's a two-way conversation. So let us know what your thoughts are, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, I would like to add, you always say see you next week, but I'd like to add just one thing of like, if you hear an episode that you really enjoy, share it out on the social like traveler platforms as well. Like, hey, heard this good episode, like you guys should check it out and help us out in that area.
Yes, we appreciate that.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
any help you can give us.
All right.
Loves.
Bye.
Deuces.